We haven't done a proper vlog in a while. I think it's time to suit up.
I've been on the road, I've been doing shows. Now we eating steak, remember sleeping on the floor. I'm still at the gas station when the time was cold. In the kitchen, hot, still trying to flip it out the stove. Rocking fake J's, praying that nobody know. Watch them take my dog away, it was way too hard to stay composed. Fight to see the light of day, all this blood on my clothes. I was tired every day, green light, it's time to go. I don't wanna live life fast or die too young.
Well, this is my fault because I wanted to get here at 6 and he wanted to get here at 5:30, and yeah, I got here early. All right, so we're trying out some bracketing shots, apparently. I am just kind of filming, enjoying this wind. I'm curious about this mic, ECM B1M. Really one of my first times out and about using it. How windy is this right now? Can you hear? Because it's super windy out here. Love this mic though, been so happy with it so far. So I get to film you taking photos. Little hummingbird there. Back on the trails.
Oh, 40 pictures I just took over.
We made it! All right, so now that we made it down here, doing some long exposures. How's the microphone sound too? Just kind of curious. A lot of water noise, obviously. That's kind of why I'm yelling, or I think I'm yelling. So far, really big fan of those. I did order the 82 mil so we can use them on our main cameras to try out. I actually went with the mist, so we'll be trying the mist filters. Real curious. We'll get those, I think, end of July here, so hopefully soon enough. Let's get back to some photos. Honestly, how can you not love Colorado? This stuff is just so awesome. Look at all this. It's freaking awesome here. Definitely visit if you've never been. Boulder's a cool area, but there's so many parts of Colorado I still need to explore myself. Photo or video?
Settings. Come back it off.
Hurry!
I'm going.
So this is going to be the difference here between vlogging in the car with a 16mm and a 24mm. Honestly, this isn't that bad, but you don't get that extra space. Where this will really matter is where we're headed to, which is, let me just show you. And so right now, while I'm not entirely sure if the OSS is going to be better, the zoom capability on stuff like this is just so much fun. But that said, like, you guys are pretty close to my face. Now we are using active stabilization. I'm walking and talking. I would always have this on while we're vlogging. It's so difficult because I wish there was like a 16 to 80 to 100, I don't know, something. Like there's got to be a way to do a 16 to 80 f4. If they can do a 24 to 105, 24 to 72.8, that would be the perfect walking around lens. This thing just has so much reach. Now in terms of like blurry background and stuff, honestly for vlogging, things like that, this is pretty good. F4 is not going to be bad. The biggest issues you're going to run into with this, if you really need deep isolation of the subject, which for vlogging you don't, walking around you don't, it's going to be low light. Low light's going to be the critical thing here. Now I'm actually using an ND filter. I always shoot at 30 FPS. There's a lot of reasons for that. I know people have disagreements on that. That's what I do. This is my channel. So I'm shooting at 1/60. So that's what we're shooting at right now. And I've got my ND filter actually pretty jacked up almost the whole way. It's a 5-stop filter. All right, now if you're curious about optics stabilization, right now we are at 105, so we're fully zoomed in and it is on. We got video going and we just turned it off. So that's gonna turn off both IBIS and lens. Basically the way Sony works is the switch on the camera always controls both. So you can see the crop that's being applied, that's the active stabilization, and then basically just clicking that off is going to take off all stabilization throughout the camera. So it's pretty substantial. The annoying thing is like you can't basically tell, okay, if I turn off IBIS only, can we just use the lens? I wish we could do that, but sadly not an option. Did you get one? Nothing. You'll probably hear some of those little guys in the background. Like, that's the stuff you're just never gonna get to with the 16-35 though. You're not gonna get anywhere near that close. Like, specifically when we were on the hike the last time, this hummingbird flew out and was just staring at us right in front of us, and all I wanted to do was get shots of it. And like at 35, it's just this little dot on the screen. Granted, I can zoom in, it's 4K, but take a look and let me know what you think. And then you look at something like the Prairie Dog, which I can get some nice background with. I can really zoom in, focus on it. Like, it's just gonna be so much fun to have this lens to be able to go out and about on hikes with that. Back in the studio then, here's some thoughts on both these lenses. In terms of size and weight, they're actually very comparable. The 16-35 is slightly bigger. You're gonna have an 82mm thread on the front and a 77 on the 24-105. Because of the stabilization, that makes this lens a little bit girthier, so they're pretty similar in that regard. However, in terms of weight, I was also surprised they're actually almost identical. They're both right around 1.5 pounds. Price point is where they begin to start to vary. The f2.8, the premium GM lens, this is gonna get you anywhere from around $2,000 to $2,200 US at the time of recording this, depending on sales. The 24-105 is actually on the cheapest sale I've seen it for right now, which is right around $1,100. $13.99 is retail. You can usually find it for $100 off though. So it really comes down to your use cases. Are you taking a lot of photos? Are you filming yourself mostly? Are you out in nature hiking? With these types of vlogs where I was out in nature hiking, the 24-105 is so beneficial. However, as I'm walking around, as I was filming myself, I really like the wide view that you can get from the 16. The 24 is just so tight in those scenes where I'm talking to you guys. That's the one thing that really bugs me. If you can use a tripod, if you can really hold it out further, maybe you use, one of those handheld tripods. Those are options. It obviously adds complexity, and I'm a very run and gun style shooter, which I like. Big toss up. I honestly can't say there's a clear winner. I do think if you are only vlogging, let's say, yeah, probably the 16-35, but if you're doing a combination of filming outward, filming inward, doing photos, the 24-105 is a really, really good versatile lens, and at almost half the price right now, it's hard to pass up. So ultimately, yeah, if you can get both of these, that's a great option. If you could only get one, I'd probably recommend the 24-105 at this point first. If you do a lot of filming yourself or filming inside of spaces, indoors, things like that, then yeah, the 35 is gonna be great. That's gonna wrap it up, guys. Honestly, I hope this gave you guys enough information. If you don't have either of these lenses, maybe which one you should lean to first. Both great lenses, you can't go wrong with either of these. You got any questions, you know where to leave them, comments below. Hit that thumbs up if you like this video, subscribe for more, and I will see you guys next time. As always, it's been a pleasure. Ready? Ooh, false alarm.